There's nothing to eat. I never had brunch.
So we will call the meeting of the Council Advisory Committee to order. Do I have any declarations of conflict of interest? Okay, seeing none. Can I have an approval of the agenda?
Madam Chair, can I add one item? It's the YYG appointment, Charlottetown Airport Authority. And I think we'll have to do the same that we're doing with the CADC and the other appointments. Is that all right?
Okay, sure. Yes?
Your mic.
Last public meeting of council. I'm sorry. I asked if you would help me in getting a resolution passed in regard to Councillor Tweel's issue. The reason I asked for it is that in the MGA, section 123, it says, all actions of council will be done by resolution or bylaw. In this case, it would be a resolution. That's it. I don't know whether you want to address it today. I don't know whether it's a CAC issue or an HR issue. I'd be quite willing to take it to HR on Tuesday at dinner time if you don't wish, if you don't want to, you know, I'm looking for an opinion. If
Did you,
everybody's in a rush, we
did
can
you
do it.
give a copy of this to Donna as well?
I never got it to anybody. I just did it 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So
This is what he has just given me.
here,
I don't know which committee it actually falls under either.
Maybe you should take this up.
Yeah.
Maybe you should take this. Maybe, Madam Chair, you should take this under advisement, because it's something that none of us have seen, and
I will give a copy to every member of this committee.
sure, and maybe what we can do is make a determination what committee or maybe it's something the council has to deal with as a whole. So anyways, let me take a look at it if you wouldn't mind, Madam Chair.
I'll have them in the mailbox today.
The mayor and I will take a look at it.
So, Madam Chair, if I could say, since our interim CAO has arrived back in May, we've been trying to follow process. So receiving this information right now, I don't think would be respecting the process that we're trying to follow. So as the CAO has said, let's find out where it should go and then
Yep.
send it off, if
Certainly.
that's okay with you.
That's
Thank
why
you.
I brought it up to ask the question, to ensure we were
So,
following
Madam Chair,
process.
Do you want me to send an electronic copy to you or to CAO?
I think that probably to the CAO and the mayor, they'll determine
Okay.
where that
I'll send two
belongs.
copies, one to the mayor and one, it's not a big deal. It's not a big, it's in the MGA, it's a one sentence. Pretty hard to argue with it, but, okay, I'll send it to CAO and the mayor.
And so can I get an approval of the agenda? Moved by his worship, seconded by Councillor Duffy. Can I get an approval of the previous draft minutes from May 27th, approved by his worship, seconded by Councillor Duffy? Any business arising from those minutes? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to discussion items. And our first discussion item, the terms of reference to our street access bylaw, and it is attached.
Madam Chair, maybe you'd like me to
Yes, please.
speak on that. This has been spoken at by both the Police Committee and the Public Works Committee. And they feel that the best place for this bylaw presently resides to be administered by the police, but they really feel that it should be by, both committees feel that it should be by the Public Works Committee. They thought that it was just a matter of them switching the bylaw, but I suggested that maybe it has to come to CAC. So I would suggest that you would do and it has to be done by council, so that we do a resolution to council to making that switch to the terms of reference.
All right. Does committee agree? Yeah? Do we need a vote here or just a?
we'll just do a you can move it on to a resolution.
Yep, okay, great. Yes. So our next item on the agenda is the CADC board appointments attached.
Madam Chair, I guess that's another one both the mayor and I were contacted with regard to the appointments to the CADC Board of Directors. The AGM was held on August the 2nd. We have 2 representatives on the board, and we were asked to advise on those appointments. I had originally thought that we would do it until the new year. The mayor and I had that discussion that we'd extend their appointments to the new year, to give the new council a time to get in and get their appointments and get ready. But in discussions with CADC, their bylaws require people to be appointed from AGM to AGM. So I am now recommending that they be appointed, and their AGM is next July. I'm recommending that we move it to, that they be reappointed until July of 2023.
What's committee think?
Madam Chair, I think this is what we encountered in 2019, is that the appointments didn't come up until July of 2019, so we're following the same process. So it's extending to July of 2023, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Until their next AGM, which they believe to be probably in July of 2023.
It's interesting that when you bring this up, because there's several other appointments that we do through this committee for other external organizations that have their affiliation with the city, but they all have their own bylaws. And I know other organizations that have AGMs, and they do their appointments that way. I think this won't be the first time this comes up with.
Traditionally, Madam Chair, what would happen, that most appointments would die with this council. But in this, there are a few instances that we have to, that the appointments don't die. But most appointments are completed at the end of the term of this council. And if they're not, they should be, but there are some that we can't do because of external, the external bylaws.
So I guess we just need to move this on to council? Okay, everyone agreed to that? Okay. Thank you. So if I can have a motion to move into closed session?
No, Madam Chair, it's the
Oh,
YYG.
YYG, sorry.
So I received a letter from Doug Newson. Actually, it's from Paul Kiley, who's the secretary for the Charlottetown Airport Authority, Inc., to fill 2 positions on the Charlottetown Airport Authority. They want us to submit 3 potential nominees to become members because it's in their bylaws. And those 2 appointments coming to an end would be Mr. Kent Scales and also Myron McKay. But, Madam Chair, I would recommend the same, make the same recommendation as we did for CADC, the Charlottetown Area Development Corporation, that we allow these 2 appointments to stay until the new council is appointed, new mayor and council.
Is it just until like December 31st or until their age? I didn't see any of this material.
It says Mr. Kent Scales' term expires on September 23rd. Mr. Myron McKay, term expires on March 2nd, 2022. I think these dates are wrong because it has March 2nd of 2020 and September 23rd of 2019. These appointments were already made. So for clarification, I have a call into Mr. Doug Newson to just tell him that we will leave these until the new council. The new year.
Let's put it December 31st, and then that allows, or January 1st, and that allows the new council some time to do appointments.
And I assume we move this on to council to ensure they're okay with this?
Yes.
Okay. Does everyone agree to move The appointments to be extended for the airport until December 31st. Okay? All right, thank you. So no other business in open session. I'll have a motion to move into closed section as per the MGA of PEI, Section 1191C, personal information about an identifiable individual. That is. Moved by Counselor Duffy and seconded by His Worship. No, we don't have to go into any more reopening.
I'll make a motion.
So do I have to go through my whole call to order? Okay. All right, so do I have somebody to move on to council the extended position of John Abbott to stay on as chair of the Eastlink Center until, what's the date in 2023? December 31st, 2023.
I'll move that.
Moved by Counselor Duffy, seconded by Deputy Mayor Cody. All those in favor? Okay, that will move on to council for final decision. And I guess I just have one more. Any new business?
No motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Hold. Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.